Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another weekly reading. So for this week I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I want to do kind of a, 7 days. So yeah, let's see what the next 7 days is going to be like. And I'll do a card for each day, and then I'll do a fill in the gap reading. So basically what brings us from that day to the next day to the next day, and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So first of all, I want to go ahead and clear the space. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. So let's see what themes are going to come up for us this week. Let's take a look at the Kipper deck. Now, these may not be exact. They may just be clues along the way, but I kind of wanted to, help your intuition along. If this does not resonate, please don't make it fit. If you know you're coming to this readings and don't have, if you don't have a support system, or if you are looking at this in an ungrounded fashion, I implore you to begin meditating and grounding. And if you need any further help, I also ask that you reach out for help, professional help, medical, legal, or otherwise, but this should not be taken as medical or legal advice and should not override medical or legal advice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, Spirit. What can the collective expect in the energies in the coming week? Thank you. Okay, we have coffin here, but we have despair in reverse. I'm just going to take it like that. So there might be something pertaining to maybe a funeral or something like that, but oddly enough, this is something that you should not despair over. This is something you should not despair over. And look at that, poverty in reverse. So this has something to do with insurance, life insurance or something like that. What else do we have? Adjudication in reverse. Something is being turned over in the court system. And we also then have courtship. I feel like these two are separate from this coffin, so this might be 2 or 3 different stories. The adjudication in reverse could also be courtship up, with the courtship upright. The adjudication in reverse could also be with this coffin, despair, and the despair and poverty in reverse. So again, this is just a little bit of insight. We also have false person in reverse. So I see that as someone is getting exposed this week. Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to put these to the side. I also have bad health in reverse. So if you've been experiencing bad health, you could be coming out of that, or you might even be changing up your health routine this week. So again, let's go ahead and get into it. What was I going to start with? Let's go ahead and do the Rider-Waite. And I'm going to get out 7 cards. Spirit, we get a reading for the next 7 days for the collective. Reading for the next 7 days for the collective, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming into this reading. Thank you for your time and attention to these earthly matters. Can you tell us what's coming up? Thank you. So I'm going to count this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oops, wow. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and got 2 cards out for Sunday, so I'll just take those. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have Death. Death typically for me is this sign of transformation. This is also the sign of Scorpio. We are moving into Scorpio season soon. And Scorpio is also the month where we're going to kick off a lot. We're going to kick off an eclipse season. So this could be very important if you have a Scorpio in one of your major placements in your astrology chart, which I highly recommend that you check in on. So maybe you have Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, possibly Scorpio Venus, not quite sure. But again, take it as, do not make it fit. But, you know, if you like watching readings and listening to advice, by all means, keep listening. Okay. So we have transformation happening this week, which, you know, very cool for Scorpio season coming in. Death is also dropping of pretenses. So there's nothing that keeps us from, transforming, period. Like, you can have all the money in the world and you will still experience transformation. You can have all the wealth, all the status, like everything in the world, you will still experience transformation. No one escapes transformation. So let's get into it. Monday, we have the Fool. Tuesday, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Wednesday, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Thursday, we have the Hangman. Friday, we have the Lovers in reverse. And Saturday, we have the Five of Cups upright. And Sunday, we have the Eight of Wands and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So let's read all about it. The Fool Monday. The Fool is, this is the beginning of the journey of the tarot. This is someone who's fresh, who's unencumbered, you know, and that's how we typically get all our weeks started. But this is also someone who jumps into things without really knowing what they're getting into. So that could be your Monday. That could be whatever day you're watching it. The energies could, you know, kind of go slow or fast depending on your spiritual awareness and your chart, your astrology chart. But the Fool is definitely about new beginnings. This is about going out on new paths. This is so interesting. It's also the sign of Uranus, which is the planet of abrupt changes that are typically for our good. Excuse me. Now, Tuesday, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. There could be the ending of some sort of a group situation or the ending of a project, or even, I honestly, with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, I actually sense that there is something big that you've been working on is finally ending. Like, you've worked for this ending, which is because, and I only say that because I see the Fool here on this side moving away from, and this Knight of Pentacles also moving into the future. So I feel like this is something that you've been waiting to get away from, waiting to, something that you've been waiting to end. Something that you've been preparing to end is ending. Now, this Knight of Pentacles, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this Knight of Pentacles is then bringing in something new. something new. So we have the Three of Pentacles, which is a contract that is ending, or some sort of group situation or investment is ending. But then the Knight of Pentacles comes in that next day. So there is something bigger replacing what has been lost. So don't fret if this thing that is ending ends without you having prepared for it. There is something bigger coming in, albeit slowly. So this could be something that comes in over the span of a few weeks to maybe a month. It's going to take a long time because the Knight of Pentacles is bringing in this offer, this pentacle. Pentacles have to do with our work, our money, our resources. It's coming in slowly, but it's coming nonetheless. So let's take a look at Thursday. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is also, it actually is kind of on par with the Knight of Pentacles. It's asking us to be patient. Even though we see things how they should go and we have an expectation and we have a different perspective, that also allows us to be patient, right? Having that different perspective, being in a state of, you know what, I can't really do anything about it. My hands are tied, but I can see that I've done all that I can I want to say at the mundane level, but even at the spiritual level, you've done everything you can on Thursday, and all you can do is just let the universe do what it does. And eventually you'll be again taken down from this. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing the cards, and I forgot I had a different view here. So we've got our Monday card, which is the Fool, and that is new beginnings. We've got our Tuesday card, which is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Again, I just feel that's something that's ending that you've been preparing for. And then the Knight of Pentacles is the offer that's coming in following that ending. Then we have the Hanged Man upright as well. The Hanged Man is just saying, look, you know, honestly, I'm even as I pick this up, I just sense that you intuitively know all I have to do is be patient. All I have to do is bide my time, and things will happen in the way that they need to happen. And it's almost like you don't even really have a choice. All you can do is wait, right? Because the Hangman is, it's about seeing into the depths. You know, it is actually an intuitive card. It's a card of seeing into the psychic depths, seeing into the underworld, kind of getting a glimpse into things. And so it's also the energy of, I like to call it Cassandra energy. In, I think it was the Greek mythology, Cassandra knew, was it King Agamemnon? I can't remember if that was his name, but she knew, she had predicted and had foretold all of the events that were going to happen to the king, and it was Cassandra's curse that no one would believe her when she told them their future. And so sometimes I see the Hangman in that energy. You can predict the future and you can tell everyone you want, but really no one is going to believe you, but it's this state of not being able to do anything about it. So nothing that Cassandra could do when she was telling all these, the kings and the whole court about, hey, look, be careful, look out, someone's coming for you. It's one of those things of like, not to say that anything's coming for you on Thursday, but it's one of those, the energy of, I know, like I can see the future right now and I could say this, but nobody's listening. And it's not so much that nobody's listening, it's just the fact that you can't do anything about it. So why not be patient and let things play out? Because on Friday, we have the Lover's card in reverse. The Lover's card in reverse is, this is Gemini. This is Gemini energy, but it's Gemini energy in reverse. So it's kind of like the shadow side of Gemini. So if I think of the shadow elements of the sign of Gemini, indecisive, not so much indecisive, but lack of commitment, really. Lack of understanding, understanding the greater love, the greater contract. the greater understanding of the freedom of the other, right? This is the ending of some sort of a spiritual nature. This is the close. I feel like this is the closing of a cycle, but it's a closing of a cycle that was not even, it was the closing of a cycle that this Lover's card in reverse always seems to me to be the energy of a little bit of what people see as the devil card, and the devil card upright. This is like something that was once beautiful has now become really toxic and is ending. Or a decision has been made. A decision has been made to end something. Because on Saturday we see the Five of Cups upright. The Five of Cups upright is my grief card. This is a card of looking at our past, looking at things that have fallen, looking at things that maybe we have lost, and not really appreciating the things that remain, the possibilities, not really seeing the things that we can hope for, right? And this is a card of, it really is a card of grieving, because at some point you have to actually decide to turn around and leave the past behind, leave these cups that can no longer, the contents are spilled, it's done, it's over. You still have two cups that you need to take care of. If you don't turn around and take a look at where you're going, you'll either knock two cups over, or you'll continue focusing on these, and the cups that are here will just dry up, right? So then we have Sunday, and two cards came out. We have the Eight of Wands upright and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I sense that there is some news coming in quickly about something. There's some news coming in about someone who wants to come in from the cold. And I look at this Five of Pentacles. It may have something to do with finance and resources. It may have something to do with rekindling of something, maybe rekindling of a friendship or a relationship or something like that. But it is good news. It really is, because this Eight of Wands is definitely quick energy. This is blessings coming in. This really is, it's almost like new community building, new building of, in a sense. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do the energy in between. I kind of am excited about this, because this is how I started reading tarot for myself, was doing these, the energies in between. And basically it's like, let's help me understand what is the mood from day to day, what's the underlying energy, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and take a look. Spirit, help me. Thank you. All right, so we've got Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Death again. Okay. What's the energy taking us from the day to day? We've got Five of Wands in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Then at the bottom of the deck we have Judgment in the reverse. So I'm going to put this up here. What I want to do is, so it looks like the underlying energies we're kind of retooling. So the next week is going to be about transformation. But the underlying energy to that is that we are kind of retooling ourselves. We're looking at ourselves in a different way. So this Fool energy, come on, if I can get the card to stand up. Between the Fool on Monday and the Three of Pentacles on Tuesday is the Two of Swords. There is a decision being made, right? There is some sort of a decision being made, and it's kind of presented, from above, right? But you might also not, might be so busy starting a new thing that you're just like, I'm not really seeing all the possibilities, which is fine. But we have to sometimes, even in that full energy, kind of get into that mode of, okay, what am I not seeing? What am I not, am I not looking at certain options here? Now, between this Three of Pentacles and the between the Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles upright, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is I feel like this is like the biggest part of our week, is that Tuesday into Wednesday, this tarot forecast. It's almost as if the wheel of destiny is being put under our hands, and we can just go wherever we want to go. We can do what we want to do, but we have to have faith that we have control. And the only thing that helps us have control is understanding that we have that control, right? Which is faith. From now this Knight of Pentacles to this Hangman, it's gonna look scary. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna look scary. It's not death per se. It is almost really like a brand new, could be a brand new position, could be a brand new challenge, could be something you might have shied away from in the past and that you might not have great experiences of, but it's almost like in this case, give it a chance. Give it a chance. Let your boundaries be known, right? Because, and I will say this, I'm looking at this Hangman card and I'll be honest, I'm thinking a little bit of like, you know, certain communities, when you're an adult, there are communities that require consent. And so when I look at this Hangman card, and if you know what I'm saying, wink, 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 when we are put into these positions, we have to make sure that we are put in these positions willingly, right? So I'm not quite saying that this is all about those communities, wink, 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 but I am saying that this is about, you know, letting your boundaries be known before you put yourself in this position of having to wait, right? Know your boundaries going into this week. Know what it is that you will put up with and what you won't, because this transformation is it's actually going to bring you exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so Hanged Man and the Lovers card. From this, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from Thursday to Friday, 5 of Wands in reverse. What does that mean? This Hangman and this energy here in the middle of the week is going to be so important. It is going to be so important that you keep your mouth shut, and it's going to be so important that you also you say your boundaries one time in regards to this Knight of Pentacles that's coming in, right? But there's also something else happening, and I feel like that's on the relationship front, where 5 of Wands in reverse is basically, someone is like, it's almost like something has filtered down to you. Like someone is now like highlighting, oh, wait a minute, you were the priority in something. You were the priority in something. And I feel like it's like a secret coming out. I feel like it's I feel like it's a secret action or something that's coming out. It's so weird. It's so weird. But it's basically the uncovering of something. The uncovering of like, someone saying, oh my gosh, I didn't take action in regard to my priorities. That's what this is saying. I didn't take action in regard to something that I considered a priority. And that's where we get this Lovers card in reverse. I didn't take action on something that I thought, that I believed was a priority. And if you don't take action on your priorities, are they really priorities? No, because look at this. The Lovers card is in reverse. Where are we on time? Because I don't want to keep you all too long. All right. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. There is a loss of independence here for someone. I don't think it's for those of you who are watching. I feel like this is for someone else. But it's something where I feel like you are actually observing this energy, because I'm looking at it between the Lovers and this 5 of Cups. yeah, I feel like someone's parade has been rained on. And so now, wow, someone's parade has been rained on. And look, that statement right there, you could literally be going to a parade and it rains. That's it. Like, you could literally, oh, I'm going to go to this parade and it gets rained on. Or it could be that you are experiencing on some level, you're crying over spilled milk. You're crying over some sort of independence being washed away. Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. So from our Five of Cups upright into our good news, reconciliation, whatever, there is this Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, this is pretty important because I feel like this does actually have something to do with you specifically, collective, whoever's watching. So this this Knight of Swords in the reverse talks about lack of loyalty. It talks about removing loyalty, acting selfishly, or maybe even identifying places where you did that. So it could be something in relation to what is happening on Saturday, but it could also be in relation to what is moving you into the energy of Sunday. You know, there was someone, you know, this reconciliation is happening because maybe you recognize that there was some sort of act of disloyalty, some sort of hurtful action that you took with your sword, because swords are all about thoughts. They're about words, you know, they could be about the things that we say, that we think, even though we didn't take action on it. Words hurt just as much as actions, right? And they have the power to do that. But what you understand that you can do is you can come together and create new union and come in from the cold, per se, and create a new structure in which to have, you know, a renewed relationship, or a renewed relationship. Now, at the bottom of that deck was the Judgment card in reverse. The Judgment card talks about our morals and our values and being called, you know, if it was upright, it would be being called to a new life. But here it's like you have to, it's almost saying there's something that you need to resolve about your past before you move forward. I feel like this coming week is the week to do that. We are cleaning up past mess because this is like at some level wiping the slate clean. You are wiping the slate clean this week. And it's backed up here again because remember, we had the Death card at the bottom for our first series here. The Death card is all about transformation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some guidance out real quick. All right, guidance. One day I'm going to find a guidance deck that is really, really easy, simple, quick. But for now, let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream cards. All right. All right, Spirit, can we get some guidance for this reading for this week? Can we get some guidance here? Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. I really do feel there is feminine energy here, of course. Cosmic Womb. What else do we have? Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call. Wow, okay. What else do we have, Spirit? One more card, please, Spirit, for this week. Oh, I've got 2 more. Okay, so we've got Woodwives, Adaptability, and Heart Home, Compassion, which I think really sums up this week. Interesting. This Dream Thief card is quite interesting. I want to go through and read it. Ugh. Okay. First, Cosmic Womb. Creativity and the Divine Feminine. The Cosmic Womb is a reminder that you're undergoing a beautiful process of birthing a new self into being. Look at that. Transformation. Transformation. But remember, let's think about the process of birth. Like, think about, a woman giving birth. There's the being in the hospital. There's the labor pains, there's the pushing and the pushing and the pushing. There is a revisiting of the past because you've still got this thing in you. And in this case, this is the cosmic womb. You've still got this life in you that you're still feeding, but you're trying to push it out, which means you still have to rely on certain systems and kind of clear things out as you push it out. And then after that, it still is a clearing out, but you're moving into a new life, right? Okay. Hopefully you got that. You don't know who or what it is yet, but you know it's full of life and love and passion and spirit. It's the perfect expression of you, imbued with love incarnate and ignited by the vital spark received from the divine. If you've had a difficult time in recent memory, feeling dry and stagnant or lost and unsupported, this is changing right now. You will feel newly inspired as so many ideas beckon for your attention. Know that you're safe to explore the expression of your rejuvenated creativity, releasing all judgment. Maybe I think that's it too, releasing judgment here, right? Releasing all judgment as your curiosity is piqued. You're in the most fertile cycle of your life right now, intuitively keen, with heart wide open, mindful that each step in the direction of your dreams and desires is effortlessly supported by all the divine helpers in all the unseen realms. Awesome. Now let's read this Dream Thief card. I meant to hold them up. I'm so sorry. Dream Thief. Rejection of the path of fulfillment, refusal of the call. The Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. Yes. That's also a little bit of this Hangman energy. Be careful of that's yes. In this Knight of Pentacles energy and between this Hangman, do not let this idea of something ending catch you up in finding comfort. I feel like whatever is coming in with this Knight of Pentacles, this offer, whatever is coming in is going to ask you to step outside of your comfort zone. Excuse me. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Didn't I mention before, something's coming up that might remind you of a past situation or a past energy? And Spirit is just saying and confirming right here, all you had to do, let your boundaries be known, right? Speak your boundaries, let people know your boundaries, and now move in, now that you know, do better, right? Don't let the Dream Thief, don't let comfort or familiarity lull you back into just staying where you are. It's time to embrace change. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted sea of your potential. Though, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And the Wheel of Fortune card is sailing that sea. You are at the helm of your ship. Don't let the Dream Thief keep you in place, keep you stuck. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Awesome. All right, now let's take a look at Woodwives, card number 64. Okay, Woodwives. Adaptability, strong roots, and growth. The Woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set. Didn't I talk about boundaries? And what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now. And in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all it takes to do this right now. If you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, you will be amazed by how well things play out for you. The Woodwives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. They represent what you already know how to do. Learn. Be in beginner's mind. Let go of your rigid notions of how things should be and be present to what is right now, unencumbered by your projections. Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries. Nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass, and you will dance with nature and move with it all. Perhaps you're being given a new opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line you drew. Go for it. You will be glad you did. All right, the last card is Heart Home, Compassion. Okay. All right, Heart Home. Love in its truest form, compassion. When you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. This is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Replace the judgment of yourself and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when Heart Home shows up. There is no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred in spiritual truth. It is only your belief in that story that makes it so powerful. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of all judgment and preconceptions, and allow Spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When the Heart Home shows up, it is imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. Wow. Wow. And I feel like I talked, when this Judgment card too is in reverse, this is also asking for compassion. To not be judgmental. To be in that heart home space. This is very different from, I think, what many of us are used to. Even me, right? Because we're all human and we all move between those cycles, but this is imperative. This week is imperative to our growth. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will return next week for another reading. Thanks so much. Bye.